Hello, my Wooa viewers. I know I've been kinda busy with the Cyrene beta and all the hype around HSR right now, so I haven't been making as many updates when it comes to QU1 and Galbraina. However, I'm here to give you the quick TLDR on current Galbraina and QU1 in their V2. Now, V3 should be soon, so keep that in mind. Hopefully some big changes. However, if there aren't big changes, I have to say with what these characters currently are, they are both incredibly fucking underwhelming, right? So for those confused, considering the drastic shift in my opinion about QU1 compared to before, in V2, they nerfed QU1's ability to really support Prolova, right? And so this means that QU1 is basically on the exact same level as Mono Havoc Prolova with Roshia and as well as, well, Prolova with SK, right? So he's basically a side grade. I mean, he's basically equal with Roshia and SK and Prolova teams. And then in a Galbraina team, he is weaker than Mono Fusion. So you're not hearing me incorrectly. He is releasing without a single best in slot team. And on top of this, his main DPS capability is some of the worst that we have seen in the game in a long time, right? On top of this, he as well has pretty weak vertical investment as compared to the recent characters we've been getting. So basically, the little bit of value QU1 kind of had for being like a little bit, noticeably best in slot for Prolova got removed in V2, and he's not best in slot for Galbraina as Galbraina prefers Mono Fusion. So yeah, that's current V2 QU1. He isn't best in slot for literally any DPS in the entirety of the game. His ability to be ran as a main DPS is very underwhelming. Do not expect anywhere near the same performance as Yuno, and he also doesn't get as big of a jump from his signature, although that should be a W to most people, right? Next, we move on to Galbraina. And Galbraina is, as I mentioned earlier with QU1, best in slot with Mono Fusion instead of QU1, surprisingly. And this is exactly why they decided to rerun Lupa on Galbraina's banner. But Galbraina doesn't really make Mono Fusion stronger. So if you already have Changli, if you already have Mono Fusion, Changli, Brant, and Lupa will basically still be just as strong as current Galbraina, Brant, and Lupa as well. So Galbraina isn't really, improving any team, right? She's basically just giving you more options, I guess. If you don't have Changli, right, and you like Galbraina more, then you pull Galbraina basically. But that's basically all the meta value that she has currently. And of course, she can run with QU1. It is a bit weaker than Mono Fusion. However, she can run with him, right? And so that is another team option that she has if you're not able to really take advantage of Lupa in the team. However, if I remember correctly, Galbraina, Mortefi, Lupa is damn near on the same level as Galbraina QU1 SK, if I remember correctly, right? So do keep that in mind, that the free-to-play Mortefi can be competitive with QU1 if you have Lupa in the third slot, which is absolutely fucking insane, right? So I hope after saying all this, you guys can kind of get an idea why I said what I said at the beginning. Both of these two characters basically have no place in improving the meta at all, and they're basically just kind of side options. Now for Galbraina, it isn't as bad because she's a DPS, so a lot of people are really going to be able to still pull her and be happy, but I think QU1 is really the one getting fucked over here. He has bad MDPS, and if you have bad MDPS, you kind of usually need to make up for it through your buffing capability. However, even your buffing capability doesn't allow you to be best in slot in literally any team in the game. That is for sure questionable, right? So that's all I have to say. Once again, this is only currently. V3 should be soon, and maybe they get some big changes future in the beta. This 100% can easily happen. I'm not saying it isn't. This is only to speak on the current state of both of these characters, and both of them are incredibly underwhelming meta-wise, and especially Kyuwan is probably in the worst spot I've ever seen a character in a long time. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.